Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel again. I am here with a special book review. If you are familiar with my channel, I usually review books like that I have seen on my own Instagram, or that somebody has recommended to me. But it's usually like adult books that I will pick out from like Target or like a bookstore if I go to. But this book review is super special because someone reached out to my brother, who reached out to me, who wrote a children's book and who wanted me to review it. This person is Cassilda Brookes. I hope I pronounced her name properly. She and her family lives in Anguilla. That's where my brother is currently, so that's how they were able to connect. And she asked if I would review her book. I said absolutely, because number one, I love when people want to like share book ideas. And number two, I'm in the process of like getting my own children's book out there. So I was like, oh, absolutely, I will review it. So here we go. The book that I'm going to be reviewing, like I said, it's going to be flipped because I'm using my front camera, but it is called Anansi and the Hurricane. My ring light is not going to show it properly, but I will have like the thumbnail up there so you can see it. And for those of you that don't know, I'm sure if you are Caribbean, you already like know the name Anansi. But if you are not Caribbean, I will give you a little bit of backstory. Anansi is this spider that would be in like all of these like children's stories, and Anansi was just always a trickster, always lazy, like was always trying to weasel his way around in these stories. But they were told to children because it was always like a valuable lesson being told. And so in this book that Cassilda wrote, Anansi has encountered a hurricane. Essentially, the book is teaching children about like disaster preparedness, hurricane preparedness, and then like the dangers that could happen when you are not prepared. So it's like a story. There are like a whole bunch of like animals talking, and essentially it's a hurricane is coming. The other animals are telling Anansi, listen, a hurricane is coming. Like, we got to get prepared, start collecting things, start boarding up your house, start getting ready. And obviously Anansi being lazy is like, please look at the sun. The sun is out. Like, there's nothing to be worried about. And so obviously a hurricane does come, and then Anansi learns the importance of like being prepared. I love that because in the Caribbean, obviously there are lots of hurricanes. There's a whole hurricane season, and not just only in the Caribbean. There's also hurricanes over here in America that children need to be aware of and like prepared for, you know, and it's better that they learn it earlier on. So I'm just gonna show you like how beautiful the illustrations in this book are. She actually got the governor of Anguilla to like write a little letter in there, which I think is super cool. And then I'll just like flip through and show you some of these illustrations. And the illustrations in here were actually done by her husband, which is like, yes, look at y'all, little combo team. Some people have to pay illustrators to do their own things, and she was able to get it from her husband, which is really, really cool. So yeah, I love the illustrations. I love the facts that they give about hurricanes, because yes, it is a story, but it's also teaching the kids like facts. So they're not just like, oh, I just read this story about a hurricane, but no, you actually like know things about a hurricane as well. It's a short story. It's straight to the point, about 23 pages. I love the little spider with the numbers. And what's really, really great is after the story, so the story ends like about like halfway through the book, and then the rest are like activity pages. So like talking about what you learned from the book. There's like cool little mazes, hurricane tips. Sorry, this might be backwards. Hurricane tips, like unscrambling words, learning about a hurricane, like actual like a bunch of pages, unlike places that you can like take notes and stuff. That so it's not only a storybook, but it's kind of like an activity book, learning about hurricanes and then like actually putting what you learned into good use. I really like this book. I would recommend it to like if you have younger kids. I think maybe like I teach third grade, which is like 7, 8, 9-year-olds. I think this would be like appropriate for them. It might be even for like younger or older kids. It really doesn't matter. I'm actually gonna take this book into class tomorrow. Maybe give it away as like a prize. My kids would be very excited for this, especially because their families are also like from the Caribbean as well. But yeah, this is my super short, super quick review of Anansi and the Hurricane. I'm going to put Cassilda's Instagram at the bottom of this video if you want to reach out to her. I can also put the link where you can buy this book. I got it from Amazon, so you definitely have access to it. And that's it. Get it for your kids, get it for your nieces, your nephews, your students if you're a teacher. I know in science the kids learn about hurricanes pretty early on, so it would be kind of cool to like have them read about it and also do the activities in here. And that's it. That is my review. See you guys next time.